do this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Miss Wakesho here. Today I want to talk about the reason why I did not share my pregnancy journey. If you're new here, karibuni, welcome to my channel. Miss Wakesho here. Subscribe, join the fam. If you're an OG, comment down below. Wagwan, how are you guys? So let's get into this video. The reason why I did not share my pregnancy journey is because I had fallen pregnant before my pregnancy with Zuri. Yes, I was pregnant before. I had an ectopic pregnancy. For those of you who don't know what an ectopic pregnancy is, it's a pregnancy basically where the fertilization doesn't occur in the uterus where it's supposed to be. It occurs somewhere else. And on my particular case, it occurred in the fallopian tube. So the pregnancy grew on the fallopian tube. Usually a pregnancy cannot survive out of the uterus, and it can cause, it's very harmful actually, for it to keep on growing there. So it was 2018, this happened to me early 2018. I'm only talking about this now because I realized I actually needed to heal from this chapter of my life, and I got pregnant immediately after. So basically guys, I got pregnant twice in 2018, early 2018 and then late 2018 in late October. So when I became pregnant, I wanted to focus on my pregnancy and raising my child. So I did not want to, I just wanted to focus on my pregnancy. You know, also being a first-time mom, you're actually like scared, and so I just wanted to like focus on that particular pregnancy. And that's why I feel like I only got the opportunity to talk about this now. Felt like I needed to say that. Anyway, yes, I was pregnant early 2018. It was in Jan. So in my specific case, I just need to break this down for you guys because I feel like it's important to know sort of what happened. In my specific case, I actually thought I was on my periods. When I was younger, I had very painful menses. Those ones with very, very bad cramps. So I didn't have cramps for a long time actually. Varsity and stuff, past varsity, I didn't have cramps. So I actually felt that it was very unusual for me to suddenly get cramps, you know. But I was like, maybe because I'm not really taking a contraceptive, blah blah blah, that's why that's happening to me. Like maybe my cramps are coming back, you know, how as in that whole your whole uterus, it's sensitive, so maybe all the hormones had gone and now, you know, cramps had started. So I just assumed it was normal periods on my specific part. So hey, wanawake women, we can really tunaweza vumilia. That's all I can say, is because I was just taking Panado, like painkillers, thinking that it was something normal until it escalated. So I started having cramps Saturday. Sunday it got worse. Monday I actually went to work with those very bad cramps because I was assuming it's just cramps, and I was bleeding, so I was like, it's just cramps. But by the time it reached 4 o'clock, I actually told Vani to come fetch me because I could not, the pain was too much. That night by around midnight, I couldn't sleep basically. So around midnight it was so painful, like unusual, very unusually painful. So I told Vani, no, I need to go to hospital. And that's when he now took me to the emergency room and they're asking me if I'm pregnant, and I said no, I'm not pregnant, because I was currently on my periods, as I thought actually I was on my periods. So I'm like, no, I'm on my periods, I'm not pregnant. So they did the test anyway and they found that I was pregnant, but the doctor came and is like, this is looking very unusual. because it, like, you were pregnant and you're having a miscarriage. So I'm like, yo, there was just so much going on, because that was the last thing that was in my mind. And then they told me I need to get a sonogram, a proper, to see what exactly went down there. I went, they told me early in the morning. We came the next day to do the sonogram, so it was there, like, but the guy is doing it and taking the pictures, but he's like saying that he doesn't even know what he's seeing, which was very scary to me, because like, if someone's telling you're pregnant but no one is seeing anything, like, basically that was the whole thing with me, like, no one is seeing anything. He's like I'm just seeing, he's like, he couldn't even explain. So they did some tests, and then I had to wait for a doctor, obviously, to interpret. When the doctor came, I remember she was looking at me, she's like, so she's trying to explain to me slowly, but basically she's telling me I can't leave the hospital. I'm having internal I'm currently having internal bleeding. I quickly, like, she's already called the gynae and we are going to check you. So I told her, she's like, yeah, and you have to be admitted immediately. So I told her it's fine, I live 5 minutes away. I used to live 5 minutes away from the hospital. Can I go and like take my stuff? She's like, no, you can't leave, like, it's a serious emergency situation, like, it's serious. So I freaked out. Now I'm panicking because now I'm getting admitted, as in I'm far away from home. Yes, money is there, but like, I'm like, first time to be admitted, my mom's not there, like, no one is there really. And yeah, so when the gynae came, they really didn't know what was going on, because they ruled out that it wasn't a miscarriage, because the pregnancy kept growing. And actually that's when now they started getting worried, because it's not in the uterus, but this pregnancy is growing. And long story short, that's what was actually causing my internal bleeding. Like, he had to consult, and he was told that we have to do surgery, like, I had to be operated on, like, seriously, like, ASAP. So I had to sign for 2 surgeries, a laparoscopy, where they just cut incisions in your tummy and then put a small square. Those ones, like, it's a cute one, because you just get like little slices over here, and then they just go in with those. And then a laparotomy, where they actually have to cut you from this side of the tummy to this other side, just in case. So I signed for the 2 surgeries. It was my first time even going under. It was a very scary process, but yeah, basically what happened to me is that my pregnancy was growing on the fallopian tube, and it grew so big it ruptured my fallopian tube and went and attached itself up. I think they told me closer to my diaphragm, up. When now, at that point when I was in so much pain, it's when it had ruptured now. So, and that's when now my internal bleeding became serious. So it was a very scary time in my life. In fact, like, I had shot a video, and then now the second video was actually I think it was a surprise party for Vane, and I looked totally different, but no one really said anything. I in that video, like, I looked pale, like, because I was still recovering the blood that I lost, basically. And it was actually a tough time for me, to be honest. And I think I just kept going and going, but I didn't realize that I also needed to heal from that. And when I did, like, I needed to, like, I took time, you know, self-reflection, and it was tough, because I also didn't know how to heal from it. You know, sometimes something can happen to you and you don't even know, okay, now what next, you know. I think that's how I was feeling, like, okay, so this has happened to you. And the healing process was actually quite painful, because they had done both the laparotomy and the laparoscopy. So they really went in It was actually really painful. Like, I have had a C-section with Zuri, and the day after the C-section, I was up busy with Zuri, up and down, like with no stress. I remember I couldn't even sit up by myself. It was tough, and I remember telling myself, like, it was a tough times, because I couldn't do anything for myself. And I recovered. I became strong again. I went back to the gynae at least a few weeks after, and he told me no, everything was okay. It's still okay, like in terms of my uterus. I can still give birth, because that was one of the things, I think, after the surgery, because of the pain and all that was going on, like the psychological, emotional, everything. I was also really worried that I couldn't now give birth again, like that was it. But he really encouraged me, and he told me, no, it's not the end of your story. Thank God they managed to, like, sew everything back that had ruptured, and he told me everything is okay, so I can actually give birth like it's normal, like everything should like go back to normal slowly. So I was really thankful, but like that was a real fear for me, like, because personally I wanted kids. I want kids. Like I was that person who knew I wanted kids, not then specifically, but I knew I wanted kids. Yeah, and then a few months later, at least Zuri came. I was actually, and when she came also, it's another thing that happened. Like, so I went to the doctor, I took the pregnancy test, and it said, oh, I'm pregnant. So when I went, he told me, because of what happened to me, the whole ectopic thing, I had to, if I fell pregnant again, I had to go back to him, because there is actually a chance that it could be an ectopic pregnancy again. So we just wanted to make sure, and we also wanted to make sure it doesn't go as extreme as what I went through, you know. So as soon as I found that I was pregnant, I had to go back. I went back to him, and guys, you know the way they put that that thing where you suck the sonar, like to see if there's a baby. They checked, and he's like, he's not seeing anything. I started panicking, but he told me it could have been then too early. Like the pregnancy could have been too early. Like it had, I had just, like, my pregnancy hormones had just come. So so he encouraged me, and I started taking vitamins, like those prenatal vitamins, and that was the time actually we went to Cape Town. I was so worried. I remember that whole trip, as in I need to go to Cape Town again, because the whole trip, half the time I was worried, because I was given the prenatal medication and I was told to come back after a month. He did check my tubes, and there was nothing. So he's like, let's just wait and see. And that was November. When I went back, there was a heartbeat, guys. The relief, because, you know, I prayed. I think that whole month was very intense for me. I was feeling the pregnancy symptoms, but I did not want it to be like a placebo thing. So I kept taking the medication and just being in prayer, basically, to see. I remember we didn't tell anyone, obviously, because so it was just me and Vani, like, sort of going through that, because we also knew my history with the ectopic. So it was quite scary, but I thank God it was positive, and there was a heartbeat, and now she's here with us. I mean, yeah. So I actually just wanted to tell you guys this, because you know, I went back and forth in terms of, like, should I talk about this part of my life in terms of, like, what happened to me before my previous ectopic pregnancy. But my ectopic pregnancy happened early 2018. By 2019, I already personally knew someone who already had an ectopic pregnancy, and also someone who died from an ectopic pregnancy. I think that's what moved me to say that at some point in my life, I need to talk about this. As women, we like mwanamke ni kuvumilia, like we like to take things, you know, and say no, it's fine, like it's not that serious. But if you feel like there is something off in terms of your uterus, if you're not feeling right, please go and check it out, because that thing it's actually a silent killer, because you actually have internal bleeding, like, and you sleep and you don't wake up. That's what happened to, and you sleep, and that's what happened to one of the lady I'm talking about. Everything was fine, and then she just slept and she didn't wake up. So guys, let's prioritize ourselves, like in terms of our health as women, healthcare. Like if you like, once in a while, go check, go to a gynae, just to check if everything is okay. I mean, you matter, as in give time. Actually, just give time for yourself. Like I feel like just give time for yourself. Like say, okay, you know, I feel like, you know, when people say self-care is important, it's important. And checking on your uterus, on, you know, what's going on there is very important. And I realized that. and I feel like I should just share and tell you guys, if you feel like, because it was cramps for me, it was cramps, but I was saying, it's the normal cramps, but deep down I felt like this cramp was one-sided. How come I'm just feeling cramps on one side? But I was not thinking that far, because I'm like, it's just cramps, let me keep taking medication. And if I had ignored it too much, then it would have been like, it would have been really, really critical for me, because I went when it was literally almost too late. You know. So I just want us as women to, let's take care of ourselves more. Once in a while, let's go see a gynae, see if everything is okay down there, you know, in terms of even breasts. Let's check our breasts, let's do a physical, at least, like make sure that we are okay, because as women, we are caregivers, we are mothers, we are sisters, we have people who depend on us, people who love us. So we need to make sure that we are okay, you know, to be able to, you know, take care. For example, for me, I'm a mom. To be able to take care of my child, I need to make sure that I'm okay, you know. So yeah, please guys, this thing is, this ectopic situation is, it's quite serious. I will put just some things that I've been reading in terms of ectopic pregnancies and stuff in my description box if you want to know more about it, so that you can be more aware. It's just so that you can be more aware. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, just quick reads, just the symptoms, what you need to look out for, and yeah, but it's not a death sentence. It's not I am an ectopic pregnancy, like my uterus survived. My uterus survived. Like everything still works as normal, and I was, in that same year, I was able to fall pregnant again. So if you've had an ectopic pregnancy, don't give up. It's not the end. You can have it, like everything can go back. And yeah, that's all. I just wanted to encourage and just chat to you guys about this, because it was a real part of my life that I felt like I need to, you know, share, and just to make people aware that, you know, these things happen, but we pick ourselves up, we keep going, and yeah, we've got this. As in, women are strong. We are strong. We are strong, and we endure, and we love. Let me know if any of this makes sense. If you have experienced anything like this, we can talk, we can chat down below. Don't forget to share, mostly share this with other women out there, so that they can know that what symptoms to look out for in terms of an ectopic pregnancy, and to also encourage women out there that, you know what, you can go through stuff and still keep going. You can still keep going. It's not the end. Yeah, so let me love and leave you guys now. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.